Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Salute to everybody that's coming through. Alex Valencia, diehard casuals. Hit that like button. Junior Moreno, Daniel Jordan. I see everybody coming in. Vizio, my brother. Salute. Gus, Luis, salute. We got to get into it. And you know what? Today's going to be a special edition of IBFP Raw. And you know what? Anthony Joshua is the best heavyweight in the heavyweight division, period. And I'm not going to use feelings. I'm not going to say, I think he's the best. I feel like he's the best. He's the number one heavyweight, period. 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 Anybody want to argue that, you're more than welcome. But Anthony Joshua is the number one heavyweight in the world today, period. Anybody want to argue that? We can argue facts all day long. These are facts. This is not how I feel. This is not what I think. This is facts. This is all it is. As of right now, Anthony Joshua is the number one heavyweight in the division, period. Tyson Fury, he's number two. Let's be honest and unbiased. And before we even get to the rankings and who's this and who's that, I thought Anthony Joshua was scared of Tyson Fury. I thought Anthony Joshua would never fight Tyson Fury. I thought Anthony Joshua would never take on that type of challenge. This is what I heard again and again and again. This is all I've heard. Anthony Joshua was afraid of Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, the same Tyson Fury that was dropped by a guy with 5 knockouts, that Tyson Fury? The Tyson Fury who went life and death with Otto Wallin? That Tyson Fury? I get it. Tyson Fury beat the Alabama slammer out of Deontay Wilder, and he gets the credit for doing so. But that win alone does not elevate him over Anthony Joshua, period. It does not happen. We got to be honest. We're going to go by the facts. Anthony Joshua has consistently fought the best fighter, fight after fight after fight after fight, while Tyson Fury is fighting guys like Tom Schwartz, while Tyson Fury is fighting guys like Otto Wallin. So explain to me, if Tyson Fury's the best, then why does he only have 2 names on his resume? Klitschko, who he refused to rematch, and Deontay Wilder, who is the worst technical fighter who's ever been a heavyweight in the division, period. Explain that to me. Explain that to me. Because you can't. We got to be honest and unbiased. Anthony Joshua doesn't duck any smoke. He never ducked Dillian Whyte. He fought Dillian Whyte and knocked him out. What are we talking about? He sent Wilder a contract, 2-way contract for $120 million. He wants all the smoke. And what did Deontay Wilder do? What did he do? He ran to Tyson Fury. He ran to Tyson Fury. He ran to Tyson Fury. He ran across the street to Tyson Fury. That's what he did. And hold on. This is for you, Callum. This is for you, Callum Bennett. This is for Callum Bennett. Tyson Fury turned down an offer to fight Anthony Joshua. He made him an offer. He turned it down. Tyson Fury turned down an offer to fight Dillian Whyte. He turned it down. The number one heavyweight who wants all the smoke does not turn down top fighters. And who did he end up fighting? Who did he end up fighting? Tom Schwartz, Otto Wallin. Anybody defending that is a complete moron, idiot, or somebody who simply doesn't know boxing, period. We got to be honest and unbiased. We got to be honest and unbiased. If you think that Dillian Whyte would be avoided by Anthony Joshua, you're crazy. AJ took the smoke and knocked him out. He even made him another offer, and Dillian Whyte turned that down. Tyson Fury is turning down offers to fight top 10 fighters. He turned down an opportunity last year to become a unified champion to justify Deontay Wilder. Now explain to me, why would Tyson Fury want to fight Deontay Wilder and not Anthony Joshua? Maybe because he knows Deontay Wilder, his boxing abilities are garbage truck juice. See, I think what's happening is we're having a fanboy effect. And what the fanboy effect is, it means when you beat a guy that was so hyped up like Deontay Wilder, they're overrating the win. They're putting the win so high up like Deontay Wilder was some type of god. He was a god to these fanboys because, when you see Tyson Fury beat him, they were shocked. But let me explain to you why Deontay Wilder, he was no god. Let me explain to you why. Because, yes, Tyson Fury did beat the Alabama slammer out of Deontay Wilder. Yes, he did, and I give him credit for it. But let me explain something. Deontay Wilder, in the first fight against Luis Ortiz, an ancient alien mummy, a guy that's old as my grandpa, he's beating up dudes from the retirement home, an Uber driver. This guy, Luis Ortiz came into the fight with known high blood pressure. This is the same Luis Ortiz who had been hospitalized in the ICU for high blood pressure. This Luis Ortiz, he took Deontay Wilder to the brink of collapse, the same as Tyson Fury. So the only way Luis Ortiz lost that fight is because Deontay Wilder got help from the referee and the doctor. If you don't remember the fight, then you need to go back and check it. He literally almost did the exact same thing that Tyson Fury did. This is an old Luis Ortiz. Imagine if Luis Ortiz was 3 years younger. He would have knocked Wilder out. You got to be honest. We got to be real. Now, Deontay Wilder, he's garbage truck juice. He's garbage truck juice. That's all it is. He's garbage truck juice. And Callum, explain to me why Tyson Fury refused to rematch Klitschko. Explain that to me. Because he pulled out of the first fight simply because what? Simply because what? Because he didn't want the smoke. Because he didn't want the smoke. If Tyson Fury was great, he would have fought Dillian White instead of turning down the contract to fight Tom Schwartz. If he was great, he would have gave Klitschko his rematch. See, that's the problem with these casuals. They don't understand boxing. They want to fanboy and defend the guy because you like him. Don't worry about it. Look at Tyson Fury's fight since he's come back. Sefer Safiri, Francisco Pianeta, Otto Wallin, Tom Schwartz. These guys was my Uber drivers. While Anthony Joshua is fighting dangerous fight after dangerous fight after dangerous fight. Of course, you're going to have problems when you're fighting the best. Anthony Joshua has never struggled against a fighter the level of Otto Wallin, period. Otto Wallin had Tyson Fury hurt at the end of that fight. Otto Wallin opened up a gash on the side of Tyson Fury's face. See, if you don't want to know the truth, if you don't want the truth, then you're in the wrong place. Then you're in the wrong place. Then you're on the wrong place. I don't have time for this. It's facts over feelings. Give me his best win. Give me his best win since he's come back. And if it's Deontay Wilder, that's garbage truck juice. That win is overrated. That win is overrated and overstated. See, I thought Anthony Joshua was scared of Tyson Fury. I thought he was scared of Deontay Wilder. I thought Anthony Joshua didn't want to fight all these big names. I thought Anthony Joshua was running from everybody. I thought Anthony Joshua was scared. But here's the problem. Anthony Joshua sent Wilder a contract, rejected. Anthony Joshua sent Tyson Fury a contract, rejected. So you can't do nothing if these guys won't step in the ring. But you know what he did do? He kept fighting top 10, unifying titles against undefeated world champions, Charles Martin, Joseph Parker. Don't blame him for fighting who's available. Don't blame him for collecting belts while Tyson Fury's on a coke bench. Don't blame him for doing more while Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder are trying to cherry pick each other. Don't blame him for wanting all the smoke. We got to be real about it. And it's the same Tyson Fury that everybody said Anthony Joshua would never fight. Anthony Joshua would never take on. Anthony Joshua would never go back and forth with. But yet he took the fight. Yet he stepped up to the plate. Tell me he's a coward. Tell me he's scared when he's taking on all of these fights, fight after fight. He's making the offers. He's putting in the work. Stop lying to yourself. Anthony Joshua is the absolute best heavyweight in the world today. His resume reflects it. His contract offers reflects it. These guys don't want the truth. You guys want a fanboy for Tyson Fury getting an overrated win on Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder is garbage truck juice. He's garbage truck juice. Otto Wallin is nobody. Andy Reid stopped Otto Wallin in the first 6 rounds. Stop playing with me. See, this is the problem. Tyson Fury, he sparred with Anthony Joshua when Anthony Joshua was an amateur and Tyson Fury was a pro. And this is exactly what he said. He came out at me for 3 rounds and gave me a beating. I'm not going to deny it. He gave me hell for leather for 3 rounds. I thought, oh my God, an amateur is killing me. Those are Tyson Fury's words. Those are his words. Those are not my words. That's not what I feel. That's what he said. See, that's the problem with these guys. When you give them facts, they don't want the facts. You see that Anthony Joshua beating Dillian White, Joseph Parker, everybody again and again. He's taking on different styles. Oh, Anthony Joshua, he doesn't fight guys like Tyson Fury, who has a lot of movement. Did Joseph Parker have a lot of movement? Didn't Joseph Parker stay on the back foot? Wasn't Joseph Parker scared to engage? Anthony Joshua showed he could box just as good as Tyson Fury. He showed that he has elite level power. Anthony Joshua is the #1 heavyweight in the division, and that is based on facts. Anybody's arguing with that, you are an absolute fanboy. You are a moron or a fanboy or both, because you can't decide which side of the aisle you want to be on. Anthony Joshua is the king of the heavyweight division. Period. There's nothing else. John McDermott is who Fury had to rob to get a victory. John McDermott, the tomato can McDermott. How are you having to rob a tomato can to get evicted? It doesn't make any sense. Anthony Joshua, no controversial win. None. This guy's in here destroying top-level competition after top-level competition. You got to be real. This guy is going after the best. He's fighting the best. 2 hands. I'm going to let the Grim Reaper of truth talk to you boys.
Man, look, man. They delusional, bro. What it is you got one half of these motherfuckers who were Deontay Wilder fans, so they just jumped shit when he got his ass whooped. Then you got another half of fans who automatically came out the closet and now they so pro Tyson Fury. My whole thing is this, bro. I wasn't hearing all this Tyson Fury love before the Wilder fight. I wasn't hearing nobody saying Tyson Fury was going to win. Everybody was talking about he was going to get knocked out. Now all of a sudden,
two ends. I apologize to interrupt you. I just want to say this one thing. And if there's anybody on here that want to call me, hold on, 2 ends. If there's anybody on here that want to call me a Tyson Fury hater, if there's one person or anybody that want to call me a Tyson Fury hater, I just want to say this one thing. Just this one thing. I picked Tyson Fury to knock out Deontay Wilder in the rematch. I picked him. In the first fight against Wilder, I picked Tyson Fury the first time as well. Every time he's fought him, I picked Tyson Fury to beat Deontay Wilder. But keep going, 2 hands. My apologies.
It's all good, man. Basically, it just boils down to this, man. I think it's a bunch of motherfucking closet fake fans, man, that was just waiting to jump on board anyway, bro. They would have rather been anybody than AJ for real. And it's just the fact that, dude just keep going out and proving people wrong, man. But these are the facts. He has the best heavyweight, he has the best resume in the heavyweight division. These are facts. Dillian White has the 2nd best resume in the heavyweight division. But it seems like motherfuckers don't want Dillian White to fight him, even though he's a mandatory, been #1 for like 1,000 fucking days. So they just said, oh, Tyson Fury would beat him. Well, if Tyson Fury would beat him, he should fight him then. But he definitely called for a fight with a diamond belt and then jumped out of the fight when the fucking WBC made it mandatory. My whole thing is this. People want to keep ignoring the fact that this dude had the easiest route and being a ring WBC champion. Y'all can't dispute that shit. Those are all facts. So when he's going up against Anthony Joshua, who's proven himself time and time again, I don't see where his landslide is coming in. Y'all aren't being real to the dude's skills and abilities. Y'all want to give praise to Tyson Fury, but y'all want to put down Anthony Joshua's skill. How hard is it to call it straight down the middle? If you want to be a fanboy, bro, be a fanboy in the privacy of your own home. But you got to keep it all the way down the middle, man. And the facts remain that this dude beat Francisco Payanetta, Sefer Seferi, Otto Wallin, Tom Schwartz, and Deontay Bum Juice, Skiddy, Skidmark, bitch boy, shit-faced Wilder to get in the position that he is in. So if y'all going to sit up there and exalt this man and put this man on high heaven, bro, just remember that when he fought Klitschko, yeah, he beat him when he was undefeated. But what did he do after that? Balloon up after weight, and he never defended his title. So at the end of the day, call it for what it really is. Those are the facts. Those are the facts. So if you look at the fight and you're going to bust the fight down 50-50, Anthony Joshua has been through more than what Tyson Fury has been through. You can put all of the wins Tyson Fury got combined. I don't care if you mention Chisora. I don't care if you mention Steve Cunningham. Still, he don't have a better resume than Anthony Joshua. But still, people don't disregard the facts, man.
Hold on, too, and let me speak to this, because this is a problem that these guys don't want to acknowledge. This is a problem these guys don't want to acknowledge. So we got Meg Griffin, who's an absolute clown, says AJ Duck Wilder, this is a fact. AJ turned down $50 million. Now, this has to be the dumbest thing that I've ever seen. And then you get another moron, Callum, saying, thank you, facts. So I don't call you guys morons to be disrespectful. I call you morons because you're clueless to the situation. If you honestly think that Anthony Joshua would turn down $50 million, but turn around and offer this guy $120 million, are you stupid? Are you really this stupid and blind? Are you this dumb? Because you must be dumber than you look. Let me explain this to you. They offered him $50 million from BT Sport, who Anthony Joshua was not contractually allowed to fight on because he's contractually tied to Sky in the UK. So the offer they made was smoke and mirrors. It was a fraud. It was a fake. It was a phony. And that's the problem with these idiots. They still talk about offers that do not exist. They talk about, this is the problem. This lets you know that these are the type of guys that listen to Akai, that garbage. These are the type of guys that listen to Dante, the LDBC, Boxing Ego, and any of these morons who's telling you this. You guys are listening to bias, garbage. That's the problem. We got to be honest. I mean, look, Two Hands, they're talking about AJ Duck, a $50 million offer that was never legitimate. These guys got to be stupid. They got to be stupid, Two Hands.
What type of person ducks an offer? How can you duck an offer? What type of person gets contracted a $50 million offer and you're not even going to sit down with the guy's promoter? On top of the fact that you weren't willing, Shelly Finkel wasn't willing to meet with his fucking promoter, that Luda Bella wasn't willing to meet with the promoter. You never sat down with this individual, and I'm about to smash all of this shit, but I just got to reiterate it because dummies tend to fucking forget or block it out of their fucking matrix blue pill driven mind. So this is the fact. He never sat down with him. 24 hours they made on this offer that was contingent on signing and fighting on BT Sports, knowing this guy's contracted with Sky for how many fucking years? So that means that would be a breach of contract. He would get sued. Anthony Joshua would be fucked. So that's a fight they could never make happen. Now, I'm going to tell you the real facts. The real facts are that Luda Bella brought the best fucking deal that he possibly could bring to Deontay Wilder's table, which was a $120 million deal based on the zone for Deontay Wilder to fight Anthony Joshua in a 2-fight deal. What did fucking Deontay Wilder do? After they left that meeting, they made Luda Bella take his own car. Shelly Finkel and Al Heyman and Deontay Wilder went a different way. They never spoke to Al Heyman again, and they fired him. So if they really wanted that fight, why the hell would they fire Luda Bella? So technically, Deontay Wilder never wanted the damn fight. So y'all could just miss me with that $50 million talk. That shit is dead.
See, look, this is the problem with these guys. They want to hype up Tyson Fury, and they want to tear down Anthony Joshua. If these guys are so great, you shouldn't have to tear down anybody to build the guy up you're supporting. And let me explain to you why. Anthony Joshua was unified in 20 fights. He was fighting Klitschko in 19 fights. This guy was doing great work. This guy was fighting the best after the best. You didn't see him turning down fights from Dillian White. You didn't see him turning down fights from Deontay Wilder. This guy was wanting and running to the smoke. He wanted to fight the best. He offered Fury to fight. Fury was intent on fighting Deontay Wilder, who he know he had a technical advantage over. Period.
And Tyson and Deontay Wilder didn't even want to fight Tyson Fury when Tyson Fury was active. Because when Tyson Fury jumped in the ring with Deontay Wilder after his fucking match, what did Deontay Wilder say? Unfortunately, I have mandatory obligations. So that's your answer when a dude want to fight you. Unfortunately, you got mandatory obligations. No, unfortunately, you needed to change your fucking soiled ass tampon, you pussy.
And look, and let me explain to you how he don't have any real mandatory obligations. Because then he wouldn't turn around. Because he wouldn't turn around and fight Dillian White with that mandatory obligations, Two Hands. Why couldn't you get the Dillian White smoke? Why couldn't he do that? Salute to Scotland from Aaron. Salute. We're going to be all the way unbiased.
My man wanted to avoid every fucking heavy hitter, and I mean heavy hitter. I'm talking about a guy in the division with heavy hands like the goddamn bubonic plague. I swear to God, Deontay Wilder is treating guys that have punch power like, you know, he's social distancing from them motherfuckers. All they fists got COVID-19 written all over them, and he ain't trying to get nowhere close to that shit. So it's always going to be a practice of social distance when it comes to anybody with heavy hands. The fact is, Deontay Wilder tried to cherry pick Tyson Fury, and he was just embarrassed and he was made a fool of. The fact is that you guys can't live with the truth, that you were in denial about this dude's abilities, about his skills, about his inability to perform. And y'all were so dismissive of it. It says a lot about you as a boxing fan and how fucking retarded you are that you leaned on this guy for freaking so long. And it says a lot about him. The fact that he ain't even building himself back up to get ready for the third fight. Y'all ain't even thinking about the third fight because y'all know he don't got a chance. So that just says a lot about your fucking champion / king / skid mark / fucking piece of roadkill that Tyson Fury left dead and dangling in the fucking 7th round. Fucking bastard.
Ooh. And look, I'm gonna tell you this. What Anthony Joshua gets so much hate from the American press. He gets hate from, you know, guys like Andre Ward for no reason. Guys like, you know, Lennox Lewis who does stuff for Fox. He gets hate from all the American press because they wanted to pump up Deontay Wilder, then their king fell. Now they're pumping up Tyson Fury. What are you going to do when he falls? Because there's a price to pay. The rent is going to come due for Tyson Fury when there is no Tom Schwartz. When there is no Otto Wallin. The rent will come due for this boy when he has to step up and fight the best again and again and again. You know, I find it funny that a lot of people turn around and act like Dillian Whyte has no chance. Dillian Whyte could go straight to his body and break him down. Look, if you struggling with Otto Wallin, if you getting dropped by a guy with 5 knockouts, if you getting hurt by Steve Cunningham, he's already admitted Anthony Joshua tore him up when AJ was an amateur and this guy was a pro. These were his words. So if we're going to use these words, we're going to use the facts. These are facts. These are not what I feel. This is not what I think. This is none of that. These guys cherry-picked each other. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury cherry-picked each other to avoid fighting AJ right at the bat. And then everybody said AJ would never fight Fury. He would never fight Wilder. And yet this guy has already agreed to terms with Fury. Already agreed. What's the next excuse when he knocks him out?
And here's the thing. Now the dynamic of the conversation for the past fucking couple of weeks completely changed. Oh, the dynamics of the conversations changed now because it's on. It's officially on. I've been telling people this shit's going to happen in 2021. It's something both sides can't pass up. Yeah, it's on. So guess what? The skirt is going to be lifted off of somebody. All I got to say is y'all motherfuckers better report to the bridge for blow up. Because I'm telling you, when it get knocked out, when it get exposed, like I said, all that irky jerky shit ain't real. All that fake ass faint don't mean shit. You can't even throw a hook. I'm telling you, when he hit that fucking canvas, don't be surprised because it's going to happen.
And look, here's my thing. When Anthony Joshua drops him, I'm going to tell you I told you so. Respect to Johnny Boy, but Johnny Boy, I'm going to be honest with you. Johnny Boy. We've seen Tyson Fury struggle against guys that were beneath Andy Ruiz. We've seen that. And we've seen it on more than one occasion. We've seen it in this very recent past, matter of fact. We've seen this guy hurt against Otto. If Otto Wallin had a tenth of Anthony Joshua's power, he would have knocked out Tyson Fury in that fight. And that's just being honest and unbiased.
Yeah, I mean, my man, like, I think there's a lot of people that just ignore, you know, and are very dismissive of a few times Tyson Fury was in trouble. And those times Tyson Fury was in trouble, it was very telling for me. It was very telling about some things with the type of opposition and type of fighters that he was fighting at that time on his comeback. If you were in the ring with certain individuals, they wouldn't let you get away with that. You wouldn't have that extra minute and a half to fucking take off and try to regroup. And those times when you really taking off rounds and shit like that, and other people can't pick up on your weaknesses because they just too green to see it. Oh, nah, you're not going to be able to see that because the lines is going to smell the blood. They going to smell that shit. As soon as it leaks, they coming for it. So you ain't gonna be able to have them little pause times and be able to take them breaks, because when AJ punch you in the face, it's gonna be completely different when them other dudes punch you in the face. I promise you that, because it's gonna be a stiff hard jab. So I hope you, look, I'm telling you, I hope you motherfucking brought your lunch pail, and I hope your wifey fucking took your dinner and threw it in the oven, because it's gonna be a long fucking night.
Look, I'm gonna tell you this. Here's the interesting thing. Here's the interesting thing about all of this is that, you know, when Tyson Fury's about to fight Deontay Wilder, all of these fanboys for Fury, they were nowhere to be seen. They were nowhere to be seen. I was predicting Fury was knocking out Deontay Wilder. I said that. No one went on record and said that but me. And you know what I got? Everybody tried to destroy me for it. They said, oh, this is way off. You got to be crazy to think that. I'm like, well, Wilder is garbage truck juice. No, he's not. He's this dangerous heavyweight. And look, what did the facts do? The facts ignored fanboys and spoke to the truth. That's what the facts did. It ignored the fanboys and spoke to the truth. That's what it did. And the truth is, this guy, Tyson Fury, he's not going to be able to walk down Anthony Joshua. He's not going to be able to walk down Anthony Joshua. His chin won't hold up. He is not that. Him and Anthony Joshua, there's not a skills gap between them like there is with with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. With Fury and Wilder, the ocean is the skills gap. With Joshua and Fury, it's inches. There's levels to this. And people that saying Anthony Joshua can't box, you're stupid. He proved it against Joseph Parker before he even fought Andy Ruiz. If you're saying Anthony Joshua has no chin, you're stupid, because he got it from a harder puncher than Andy Ruiz against Klitschko, and got hit flush and finished the fight. See, these are these biased narratives that people are constantly trying to project on Anthony Joshua. You don't have to tear down AJ to build up Fury. If you want to be a Fury fanboy, go ahead and be one. But see what happened to the last guy you fanboy for in Deontay Wilder.
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, the dynamics of the game is going to change, when Fury get touched in that soft-ass core, man. Fury got a soft belly. When he gets stabbed in the body, he get touched on the chin a few times. He start feeling that jab throughout the night, man. You're going to see a difference. You're going to see a difference in your herky-jerky, happy-go-lucky fighter that like to dance, rub his nose all through the fight and try to look cute. All that cute shit going to go out the window. Them hands going to go straight up. He going to stand firm as a motherfucker. He going to try to fight this boy, because that's all he going to be able to do. Ain't going to be no dancing when a person walking you down trying to put you in the corner. Yeah, you can try to be slick, but you 6'9". How long you going to be slick when a man beating up on your core? So I'm saying all of them things slow down. And if you want to come forward, I don't think you want to get in the phone booth, because you're going to taste a short choppy hook or a nasty uppercut. And it's a big difference. I saw you hammering on Otto Wallin with a sense of urgency, trying to do everything you could to take this little boy out, and you couldn't take him out because you was cut, having to bang out in the phone booth all night and you couldn't hurt him. So when you in the phone booth with AJ, he gonna hurt you. So I hope you ready.
And here's the problem. AJ can box, he can punch, and he might open up that cut. There's multiple ways to win for Anthony Joshua. For Tyson Fury, there's only one way to win. He has to stay on his back foot. He better move his head and move his feet and hope he can make it to the 12th round without getting hit. Because if he does, that's his best chance to win. AJ can box and punch with him the whole fight. You got to understand, there's more than one ways to get the win. And you know how that cut opened up against a puncher like Otto Wallin. You don't want to see what a guy like Anthony Joshua, who can dig to that body to slow you down and open up that head. So a lot of people say, well, Anthony Joshua, he can never catch Tyson Fury. Otto Wallin caught him. Steve Cunningham caught him. Even Deontay Wilder caught him. But you saying all of these guys are much better technical fighters than Anthony Joshua, that Anthony Joshua cannot catch Tyson Fury with a clean 1-2? Are you serious? See, this
they out their mind.
When you're talking to fanboys.
They out their mind, because realistically, Anthony Joshua was faster than all of them dudes Tyson Fury is facing. Nobody really want to give this man his credit. Nobody really gives this man his credit for his defense, his real ability to slip and shit like that. Anthony Joshua's going to get that man a lot of trouble. And the problem is, I'm trying to tell you, the weaknesses
Why you ducking, son? The weaknesses will be exposed, man.
This
The
guy's
weaknesses will be exposed, man, and it's going to be found out real quick once he start getting touched up. I promise you, because Tyson Fury does one thing whenever he's in trouble, whenever he's tired, he resorts back to what he knows. That's using his body. And when he tries to use his body, he wants to lay up on you. You're not going to be able to get intimate with AJ. He's going to dig on you, put shots up in your gut. You either going to have to kneel or you're going to have to lay on your back. You pick and choose. It's either going to be by the stomach, by the chin, or you know what I'm saying, you going on your back, bro. So you go ahead and pick, because you ain't going to be able to lean, get up in there and hug him all night. When you're tired, it's not going to work.
And two hands. This is for everybody that says Tyson Fury easily destroys Dillian Whyte. Well, if he easily destroys Dillian Whyte, why did he have such a hard time with Otto Wallin? Why did he have such a hard time with John McDermott? Why did he get dropped by a guy with 5 knockouts? Even Dillian Whyte said it, that he dropped Tyson Fury in sparring multiple times. Even Tyson Fury said that Anthony Joshua roughed him up. Every time you hear a sparring story about Tyson Fury, is here how he's getting his face beat up. See, and we heard those stories about Wilder, and everybody say, no, that's not real. That's not real. And then we saw all of that come to fruition in the Tyson Fury-Wilder fight. We're going to see these things come to pass in this same fight. These guys don't want the truth, Sam Shaw, my G. These guys don't want the truth. What's going to happen is Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder, and people are elevating this guy to a god status. And who is Deontay Wilder's best win? An ancient alien mummy in Luis Ortiz. These guys are stupid. These guys are stupid. There's nobody that can argue any of the facts and tell me anything different. Anthony Joshua is the #1 heavyweight. He's the only heavyweight right now ducking no one.
Man, Anthony Joshua was already taking his time to put all of his skills on display for the world, and he's fought the hardest punches, you know, in the division at that time along the way. The thing is, these dudes know what they got to face. They know what type of adversity they got to face when they deal with him. So I'm just saying, when you get in the ring, bro, you got to make sure you're ready to go all the way. And I'm telling you, I really don't think that Tyson Fury is going to want the second fight, bro. Anthony Joshua going to knock him out in the 7th round. Like I said, the knockout's going to come in the 6th to 7th round. And when he knock him out, it's going to be devastating. And I don't want people to be surprised when Fury hit the canvas so hard, because he wasn't everything y'all thought the dude was anyway. I'll give him his credit in the sense of, when you're 6'9" and you can move the way you can do, and you can pump that jab out there at 255 plus or whatever, yeah, that makes you an anomaly. But the difference is, bro, who are you going up against? Now that changes. Now we get to cross check, you know what I'm saying, cross all those T's and dot those I's. We finally get to see it happen. I know what's going to happen. So I'm just saying, man, don't be surprised when it do.
I'm going to ask you this. What top-level fighter has Tyson Fury beat that throws punches and bunches and has power? None. None. Klitschko against Tyson Fury was not throwing punches and bunches. Deontay Wilder doesn't even know how to throw punches and bunches. Tyson Fury has never faced a guy with this type of skills, boxing ability, and power. That's the problem. These guys simply are uneducated to the absolute facts, and they're just looking at Andy Ruiz and Deontay Wilder. That's what they're looking at and saying, oh, this is what is going to happen. That's what's going to happen. This shows you the level of casualness with these morons. Otto Wallin gave Tyson Fury hell in that fight. If you think that Dillian Whyte, Anthony Joshua, any other top head, there's a reason why Tyson Fury was fighting Tom Schwartz before he fought Wilder. There's a reason why he fought Schwartz and Wallin, because he didn't want to take no risk of getting knocked out. He didn't want to take no risk of getting dropped by any top 5 fighter, any top 10 fighter, because he know that chin on him is very, very suspect. All you got to do is tap it once. I think Andy Ruiz is a big problem for Tyson Fury because he has power and pressure. Tyson Fury, just like with Wallin, at some point, Fury slows down and starts he sits in the same spot and leaves that big frame open. No fighter is invincible. Fury has a big body and frame. He's moving his head, but he can't move that body the way he does his head. That body's open for an attack.
Look, it's got to change. And I want people to understand here, my fucking sentiments don't come from just on no fanboy shit. It comes from looking at both fighters. And my whole thing is Tyson Fury has to change a lot. And y'all realistically have to ask yourself, now that it's been made official, you realistically have to ask yourself, Is Tyson Fury really back on the bike? Is he really back? Has Tyson Fury really all he's done to get back? Because now the level in opposition completely changes. It don't go from no rank 50 guy to no rank 400 guy to no rank 50 to no rank 30 to no Deontay Wilder who shouldn't even been ranked at all. It ain't going to that. It's going to the true #1 unified champion in the division. Is Tyson Fury really back on the bike? Has Tyson Fury really been punched in the face like that? Like, really? Is he really going to be able to sustain the type of beating that's going to be on him? Is he going to be able to sustain that type of pressure? Is he going to be successful at 273 with an Anthony Joshua? Tyson Fury stands square. He's easily hit. That's why Steve Cunningham knocked him on his ass. That's why the other dude, the foreigner, knocked him on his ass. Cruiserweights. He's a square target. You got to, I'm trying to tell you.
And look, man, this is how stupid these fanboys are. He says, hold on, what did this guy says? Anthony Joshua ducked Luis Ortiz, but we just going to ignore this, right? How did he duck him when he offered him $7 million and Luis Ortiz kept contradicting his story? He kept contradicting his story. One minute he said he didn't get the offer. The second time he said, oh, he was mad that his manager turned down the offer. He's obviously a liar. They were offered $7 million to fight Anthony Joshua to become a unified champion, and he didn't want to smoke. He wanted to get knocked out by Deontay Wilder for half the money.
And I mean, it's stupid for people to think that because Anthony Joshua went down a fucking very strict line of people he wanted to fight. All the so-called boogeymen and the people y'all felt as though were boogeymen that was supposed to be standing in this guy's way and standing in the way for y'all giving him his respect and his greatness and what he's accomplished. He wanted to knock all of those guys out, but they got fleet of foot. Now he in a position of where there's nowhere else to go. I hold all of the keys. You hold one. Motherfucker, we gonna make this shit happen and you gonna have to get out my way. Tyson Fury know he got to make this fight. Now, win or lose, I don't think Tyson Fury might even really care if he win or lose because it kind of was strange to me that he said he collected all of the belts so he could be content with fighting either way if he retired or not. So he keeps jumping back and forth. I want to fight. I want to retire. I got all the belts now. I don't have anything left to do. Well, that's the difference. Anthony Joshua still got something to prove. And, oh, he want what you got real bad. And he really wants to take your whole head off for it. So you got to be ready, bro. And I don't think you really ready for this because it's all over now. Everything this kid done worked this whole life for is right there. And you in the way of it, Tyson Fury. And you a real fucking big, easy target to hit to get to that shit.
And look, we got a comment from this guy. And he said, hey, guys, I enjoy your videos. I appreciate your opinions. But I disagree on Fury going out in 6 rounds. We have to remember the fact that he gets better, the better his opponent, the scale of the occasion. So let me just break this down and debunk this right now. You know, I've been hearing this about Tyson Fury a lot. Oh, he gets better, the better his opponent. The better his opponent, he gets much better. The better his opponent, he gets much better. Deontay Wilder was trash. He was garbage. He was trash. He has the worst technical ability. He lost rounds to Arthur Spilka, Eric Molina, Gerald Washington, Luis Ortiz. He was trash. He was trash. Fury didn't do anything that those other guys did except for not get hit flush with the right hand. That was really it. And that was it. And he put him on his back foot. Tyson Fury, at the end of the day, is a good fighter. He has a lot of skills. But he will get knocked out at some point in that fight. His chin will not hold up. He is not facing a Deontay Wilder level of opposition. And that's the problem. People look at the Wilder, oh, that's way better than anybody he's ever fought. Well, Otto Wallin was more technically competent than Deontay Wilder. He just didn't have any power. And he gave Tyson Fury all kind of hell. He gave him hell. Did we forget that? Did we forget this? There's a reason why he turned down the AJ fight. There's a reason why he turned down the Dillian White fight. Why would you pick Tom Schwartz over Dillian White? It doesn't make sense. He said he agreed to the Dillian White fight and turned it down. If Dillian White's a bum, he's trash, then what the hell does that make Tom Schwartz? There's a reason. This man looks like a god against garbage level opposition. And Vladimir Klitschko, you know, everybody always goes back to this. You don't duck a rematch with Klitschko for a reason. Think about it like this. If Anthony Joshua would have never rematched Andy Ruiz, we would have never known how great he truly is. We would have never seen him come back from adversity. How in the hell do you know Klitschko wasn't about to ice his ass in a rematch? You don't know because Tyson Fury refused to take the fight. He refused to take the fight. He refused it. Even Dan Rafael reported it. The first time he pulled out of the Fury fight was simply because he didn't want to fight. There was no valid reason for him not to fight. It doesn't make any sense. I don't excuse ducking. I don't ignore trash opponents. I don't ignore horrible technical ability. I look at all of those things. Anthony Joshua is the boogeyman of the division. This guy, he offered Luis Ortiz a fight. Ortiz turned it down. Fury a fight. Ortiz turned it down. And Fury turned it down. Wilder a fight. He turned it down. Even Dillian White turned it down with Anthony Joshua. Adam Kwanaki turned it down with Anthony Joshua. Gerald Miller shot up the entire CVS pharmacy in his veins. This guy had the entire heavyweight division shook. Andy Ruiz took the fight, and then when the rematch came, he was trying to find a way out. He didn't want to take the rematch. He kept saying, I'm not fighting unless it's for $50 million. But he took less than 50. He took it. And you know why he took it? Because he got sued. That's why. See, these guys don't want the true two hands. They want a fanboy for fighters. They want to push a narrative. We're giving them facts and not feelings. Salute to the IBFP.